Hi, this is Carol. I haven't done any video tutorials for quite a while because first of all I couldn't find anything new that I was skilled enough in to show you, but also because I had a new Windows 10 PC and my webcam, which picks up the sound, didn't appear to be the drivers didn't appear to be compatible with Windows 10. I've had quite a bit of a fiddling around because there was I wanted to do this tutorial because I think it would be very useful for most of you to learn, and this is on star reduction and increasing the colour in stars. Now this image is one that I did in the very early days of my imaging time, but it's quite a good one for showing what can be done. It's a DSLR image of the Butterfly Nebula, which I'm sure you'll recognise. And first of all I'm going to do increase of colour, and then I'm going to reduce the stars. I'm going to zoom in, or at least I'm going to take a crop out and do a smaller area so that you get more of a close-up on what we're doing. We're just going to do that bit. Image, crop, and I'm going to deselect, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit with a navigator. So we've got some nice stars there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the stars using select color range and then highlights. OK, and you can see all those little wiggles all around all the stars showing that they're selected. Now when you select stars you really need to expand the area slightly around the star and then soften it a bit by feathering it so that you don't get a hard edge. And if you expand it too much, I find I tend to get a grey edge around the stars. You'll need to experiment a little bit as to how much you need to do for each set of stars, but in this one I'm going to select, modify, and I'm going to expand by 4. So the area is now expanded, and then I'm going to select, modify, and I'm going to feather by 1/2, which is 2. So now we have all those stars selected. Now, so we can see what we're doing, I'm going to hide the wiggly ants by pressing Control and H, but remember they're still selected. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see them. It looks like I've probably already at some point done a bit of a colour stretch to this, but just for demonstration purposes I'll show you. Image, adjust, match colour. Now I find if you move the colour intensity over a bit, I'll do it exaggeratedly to start with, you can see that blue stars become very blue. This one's rather nastily burnt out. The red ones are brighter red, and these blue ones here, well, we probably don't want to do it as much as that, so I'm just going to do it about halfway. This one still hasn't recovered, but as I say, this is just an exercise to show you what to do. So we've increased the colour without increasing the colour of the rest of the nebulosity, so it's just the stars that have been increased. So I'm going to click OK. We'll pretend to ignore this one down here. Now the second part of this tutorial is to show you star reduction. So we've already got those stars selected, if you remember. I'll do Control and H again to show you that they're selected. So I have to say I can't lay credit to this part of the tutorial because I got the idea from Martin B on Stargazers Lounge, who posted a tutorial quite a few years ago, and when I contacted him about it, he didn't even, well, he sort of only vaguely remembered posting it up, but I found it so useful. Now I'm going to copy these stars and I'm going to paste them into a new layer. So here we've just got the stars by clicking the bottom layer off and back on again. Now when I've ever used a star reduction technique in actions or anything else, I've found it's always messed up the nebulosity without showing much effect on the stars. But because you've only got the stars selected here, what we're going to do now is only going to affect the stars. And all you simply do, and I couldn't believe this worked to start with, but it does, filter, other, minimum. Now it looks exaggerated at the moment because I've got to click OK first of all. But can you see, I'm clicking the stars on and off, how much difference it's made to the number of stars? And if we zoom in, the actual size of the stars, the big ones are getting smaller in the new effect. I don't know quite what happened to that star up there. It was something I must have done weird in the processing in the early days. But as you can see, it's made a lot of difference to the number of stars, and of course in turn that shows the nebulosity up much better. So I'm going to go back into the history and I'm just going to show you the original image as we opened it. Oh dear, that's the crop, the original crop and how it is now. So it's increased the colour, look at that one there, and now, and it's reduced the stars. And I've found this method works well, and I've used it a lot since I've discovered it. The star colour I sort of invented myself, but as I say, I will give credit to Martin for the star reduction. So I hope that helps you. End of tutorial. Thank you.